Newfangled devices. Skirts. Shorter than dresses. What is women's fashion coming to? Is this the end of the world?
Time to liven up the joint.
Alright guys, Joel's True with your Marvel reviews this week. Starting things off is Indestructible Hulk issue 18. It was a ton of fun. Mark Waid, just write a Hank Pym book. Seriously, let it go. I don't care whoever else write, just write Hank Pym. Next I have all new X-Men 22. Brian Michael Bendis delivers a beautiful start to what will be the trial of Jean Grey. Next I have all new X Factor issue 2. Peter David, I love you man. I know what you're doing now. I'm on board. I wasn't really after issue 1, I am now. Then I have all new Invaders issue 1. James Robinson, welcome to the House of Ideas. I already love what you're doing with the original Human Torch. I think this title is going to go beautiful, wonderful places. As long as Namor says Imperious Rex, I'm sold. Then I have Avengers issue 25. Jonathan Hickman, you're amazing. I love what you're doing. The all new Avengers was hilarious and wrong all at the same time. And my favorite was Black Widow issue 2. Nathan Edmondson and Phil Noto have delivered the spy noir kind of comedical role for Black Widow, and it's just genius. It's an absolutely brilliant title. I didn't think I was going to love this the way I do, and it was my favorite of the week. I had Hickman and Bendis and James Robinson in this week, and this came out as my favorite. It's that good, folks. If you haven't picked up one, pick up 2 now. They're only like a week and a half apart. Do it, you're gonna thank me for it. Crimson, what do you got in the DC side of things?
Thanks, Jules. This week, guys, first I have Harley Quinn issue number 2. Harley Quinn issue number 2 is actually a lot better than the first issue, but that doesn't make it great. The best part about this, aside from the art, is that Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have a sleepover, and there's a lot of innuendos going on there. So go ahead and pick that up, if nothing more than just plain fun. Next, I have Batman and Two-Face. This is issue number 27 of this run. It's actually pretty good. I enjoyed the story a lot. You get to see more into Batman, you get to see more into Two-Face's story, and I definitely say it's worth a pick up in the singles. Next, guys, I have Batman Proper. This is issue 27 of the series. It's picking up. The story started to slow down for me, but Jim Gordon pretty much makes this issue his own. It's really good. Go ahead and pick that up in singles and start collecting again. My favorite of the week is going to be Justice League issue number 27. This was heartfelt. It hit me right here. It talks about Cyborg all the way through. You don't see anybody else in it. He gets rebuilt from the ground up, and he gets to pick all his upgrades. He gets to pick what he looks like. He's a lot slimmer, sleeker now, and he has a new mission. Please pick this up. You're not going to want to miss out. And I also have an honorable mention this week. It's Batman Beyond Universe issue number 6. Now guys, this is just plain fun to read. The Batman Beyond story is hella fun, and the Justice League story is also hella fun. I love the new Flash character being a girl. It just works out perfectly. Please pick it up, if nothing else, like I said again, for fun. What do you have for me, Jay, Jesse?
Thanks, Chris. First up for indie reviews today, we got Dead Body Road number 2. Honestly, it felt a little short to me, but I would still say pick it up. I think this title is going to do great. Second, Hacktivist number 1 out of 4. Alyssa Milano actually created this. If you're familiar, Charmed, actress and that sort of thing, you probably should know who she is anyway. She created it. It's cool. Check it out. Next, we got Pretty Deadly number 4. Not my favorite of all of them, but pretty solid and a great fight scene in it. I'm going to let you figure out who did it. Pick it up as well. Now we got, Deadly Class. I've been waiting for this for a month or two now since I saw the preview. Remender's killing it, as he has been recently. This is mandatory. You need to pick it up. And finally, Zero number 5. This is my favorite issue so far, and I hope it just keeps getting better and better. The twist at the end, just please pick this up. Alright. What do you got for us, Larry?
Thanks, Jesse. What I got here for you today is a Mayfair game called Urbania. It's an urban planning game where basically you're trying to build these cities which are randomly placed, and each city building, it starts out undeveloped like that. Then once you develop it, you score it and flip it over. Now, how you develop it is you pay for it with two forms of currency, either money or construction labor. Now, each is color-coded and can only be used towards a certain type of building. You draw cards on top of here, and they'll have some combination of hard hats or coins, and you can only use them for one or the other. Now, that being said, once you've developed the buildings, you also have a plan. These plans act as bonus points that you can get at the end of the game. Some pay for like buildings you've developed on the bottom half. Some pay for how many times you've used certain types of specialists, and all sorts of different scenarios. Certain types of buildings, certain dollar amounts, and they're all secret bonus points. You know by the image what it does, but you play it face down, and nobody else knows until the end of the game. If you've played SimCity, it's kind of like a SimCity offline. That being said, you don't get, the placement is kind of random, so you don't get to build as much of a city as you would in SimCity. 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, and the game takes about 60 minutes. The hardest part about the game, that would be a struggle with the younger kids, would be keeping track of the values of the specialists and little things like that. There's definitely a lot of little pieces, very colorful, nicely done die cuts, in all sorts of different shapes. It's a pretty well-rounded game. Not super original mechanics, but a lot of them are put together in an original way. Definitely a good one to add to the collection. It's a Mayfair game. It's been well tested. The rule books read really simply. The art's decent. The materials are good. It does use a quad fold board, which is nice for the size, but can sometimes have issues laying flat. And also, if you leave this out in your car, the rising heat and cooling temperatures will cause it to kind of warp similar. You'll see that with Magic cards or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even sometimes baseball cards will do that because of the different materials sandwiched together. Other than those minor complaints, this is a well-played game. It definitely plays well. Very diverse group. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 7. Alright, that's all for me, and I'm going to send it back to the B-Man. What you got for me?
Oh, my go. Oh, my bad. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. Ladies, it's the B-Man. And for sure, I got Bomb Queen 2. Now, the first Bomb Queen, I know what you guys thinking. I pretty much bombed the crap out of that one. And this one is a lot better because the art pretty much went up a couple of notches. And also the story's way better because actually Bomb Queen has to go one-on-one against Bomb King. And there's a real twist in between the stories. But I advise you to check this one out. Just like I said before, you could probably skip Volume 1 and come straight into Volume 2 and pretty much know everything about Bomb Queen. So I recommend this title. And my score for this one, I'm going to give it a 30 out of 50. My next throwback for you guys is Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. Oh my God, I love this book. It's everything that Daredevil needs to be. Actually, I think the actual Daredevil movie should have been, if not, somewhere between that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because this book is amazing. I mean, even though you open up the book and you see Ben Affleck talking about being Daredevil, I don't know what's that about. But anyway, the story is mainly about Daredevil going up against a someone on a mission to get rid of a kind of a demon spawn of Satan, a baby who is supposed to bring the apocalypse. So I don't know what's that about. We're not for sure what's going on with Daredevil, but from what I've read, it's a good twist. It has a lot of, the Marvel characters that we all know, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, even Black Widow's in the middle of it. And one of my favorite parts about it is that Daredevil goes up against Black Widow for a moment. And it's only because, spoiler alert, it's Daredevil throwing a baby off the building. And pretty much Black Widow gets knocked out, and somehow Daredevil still saves the baby. So I don't get it. But like I said, if you read this book all the way through, it's a huge twist, and it pretty much puts everything together. I really like this book. The story was amazing. And as for the art, excellent. I enjoyed this book. As a matter of fact, for my rating for this book, isn't just an ultimate rating. Oh, no. It went beyond ultimate. Actually, this bad boy got an excellent rating. It's a rating of 50 out of 50. This bad boy is supremely badass, and I highly recommend it to you. So, if you don't pick this up, I'm going to be a very, very angry person. Just to let you know that. So, let me get my boys back, and let's close this thing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for today. But before we go, we got to talk about YouTube. So, Crimson.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, because we're on it, and that's how you're looking at us right now. Go ahead and hit subscribe, and then comment as well. We love to read your comments. We love to know what you guys want to hear from us next, so keep that up, please.
Also, check out OutrightGeekery.com. Check out the Facebook page and like it. Check out Geeks of the Square Table. It's our podcast available on iTunes. Check out our Twitter account. And say hi to Larry and Mark at Comic City 2 in Madison, Tennessee, son of Maddie. And that's it, folks.
Have a good night.
Later.
Good night, Elaine.
Good night, guys.